Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's ASCII here, continuing our look at the cards coming out in the Goblins Vs Gnomes Hearthstone expansion. This time we're going to be taking a look at the currently announced neutral rare cards.
Super brilliant, but you would never know.
To kick us off we have the Lobber. This card deals 4 damage to a random enemy minion. Well, if you can make that a little bit less random by leaving your opponent with just 1 card on the board, this can be a really great play. The Lobber is almost like a direct damage spell and a minion all in one. The Gnomish Experimenter is a strange card that I can't really see getting much playtime outside of maybe a very spell heavy deck. He will draw a card, and if it's a spell that's great, but if not you're going to end up with a chicken. Now that is still card draw, but if you lost your Ragnaros for a chicken, you're going to be kind of annoyed. Goblin Sapper. This card relies on your opponent having lots of cards in their hand. If that's the case, he's going to be great. If not, he's still not terrible, as his stat line and mana cost mean he should still trade fairly well, but he's not the greatest card in the world. The Illuminator has potential in certain decks to be brilliant. A mage, for example, with Ice Block will be healed for 4 health each turn as long as the Illuminator is on the field, making this potentially a great card in a mage deck that works by getting into the late game. Jeeves is a card that will cause a conundrum. In the early game he's pretty much useless, but later on as you end up top decking he could be quite interesting. When each player's turn ends, the player will draw until they have 3 cards in their hand. This means that if you're top decking and you play him out, at the end of your turn you'll draw 3 cards, and at the start of your next turn you'll draw 1 more, giving you 4. However, he will also do the same for your opponent if they don't kill him on their turn. But if they keep him alive, you could potentially buff him up on your next turn, as you likely now have some good cards in your hand. The Little Exorcist. This 3 mana taunt also gains 1 health and 1 attack for each Death Rattle minion you have out as part of its battle cry. Could be very fun in one of the Death Rattle decks that were made quite popular by the Naxxramas adventure. The last rare neutral currently announced is the Mad Bomber. This card is the big brother to the fairly popular Mad Bomber. He's all about RNG, and if you're lucky he wins you the game, if not he loses it for you. The biggest upside to him is that if you're behind on turn 5 and your opponent has a few minions on the field, he's fantastic. But if you're ahead and you have more minions on the board, expect him just to sit in your hand. Well, those are the current neutral rare cards announced at the time of making this video, but if you want to keep up to date with the latest cards, I recommend you check out hearthstone.gamepedia.com, which is full of information that gets updated as new cards are announced. The link is in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a comment if you have anything to add, but for now I've been ASCII, and thank you for watching.